If you want to feel like James Bond, go to a black tie event. What's going on, y'all? My name is Jalen. I'm here once again with the one and only Dr. Akeem Walker, who is an expert in all things faith and fashion. We are going to talk today about black tie events. As you see, we have on these nice tuxes. You got on the shiny shoes and all that. We want to dive into what is black tie event, what is a formal event, and how should we dress and prepare for those occasions. Do you enjoy going to black tie events?
I love them.
Yeah.
It's nothing like, you dress nice all the time.
Right.
But it's something about a black tie event where you get to step it up just a notch. Yeah. A tuxedo screams class. Right. And you just feel a little different when you're going, and when you go into a space where you see beautiful people that are dressed to the nine, as people say.
That's right. It's nothing like it. We often see it in movies like, your James Bond movies and all these other movies that we see. But when you get to go in real life, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like walking in and it's a beautiful sight.
Yeah, seeing double-breasted or single. I've never owned a double-breasted tuxedo, but I like the way they look. Right, seeing ladies that have put on their gowns, and I think it's nothing like seeing. There's nothing like black love, but seeing a black couple that both husband and wife complement each other and that are dressed, that they've taken time to lay out, whether it's from the ladies' jewelry to the brothers, even down to the fragrance that you wear. So it's nothing like a black tie.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But here's a question: what's the difference between the formal and black tie? Right.
Okay. So we were talking about that. Formal, as I was informed, can be. It's not limited to a black suit or a black tux, rather. Let me correct myself, a black tux. Black tie, as I understand, is more black tux.
Yes.
Do we have to wear a white shirt at a black tie event, or can you get away with wearing the black shirt?
You can get away with white shirts are always proper. That's good for any. A white shirt is always proper. Right. Black shirt just gives it an extra flair, right? Yeah. But when it comes to black tie, it has to be black. The suit has to be black. There have been some events I have been invited to. Recently, I was invited to one of my big brother's weddings, and the invitation said black only, black tie only. And what I loved about them is the invitation, they gave you a color scheme.
That's good.
They gave you options of what the tuxedo should look like. Yeah. For ladies, what the should look like. And the only thing that was white was the shirt on some of the options. Everything else was black. They would not let you in if you had any other color.
Man, yeah. So that's that. So you got your black tie, you got your formal. Then you have your white tie events that's like top of the line. Most of us ain't going to no white tie event, but you never know. You might get invited by the King of England to go to some event. Right. But for the most, we gonna end up in those realms of going to your weddings, going to proms, going to banquets, and things of that nature. So how should we dress for a black tie event? What's customary? What are some of the ground rules, the general guidelines that we should abide by when it comes to black tie?
One, I think black tie means black tie. It screams you should put your best foot forward, right? Now, not everybody's privileged to own a tuxedo, right? So you may rent one. Right. I would stay away from renting the accessories like a vest or the ties or a cummerbund or something like that. Right. I think if you just get the tuxedo, make sure that it fits you properly. Again, you can get away with a black shirt that just gives an extra pop, but find a good white shirt. A tuxedo shirt always works. Right. A black bow tie, or you can add a little pizzazz to it. But I think you want to put your best foot forward. There's nothing like a nice fitting suit, but it's particularly a tuxedo, right? And the options of whether you want to wear a peak lapel like I have on, or what we call a shawl lapel like what you have on, that's preference. Right. Whether again you have on the 3-piece look, and that's great. The jacket fabric, that doesn't matter. But what has to be done at a black tie event is it has to be black. I think that's the most important part. And make sure that you again, we talked about this in an earlier video, your accessories, you don't want to do too much because it's formal. Right. It's elegant, right? So I chose, and I like bracelets and watches, but I chose to wear a very basic black watch, some pearl cufflinks, but everything is still subtle, right? You wanted to have a little hint of pizzazz. No lapel pins, when you talk about formal, it should be as elegant as possible.
Yeah. Keep it in the pocket. That's something we say in music. Drummers hear that a lot. Keep it in the pocket. If you keep it in the pocket, you just keep it simple. You can't go wrong. Keep, as we say, keep it simple, stupid. Just keep, I ain't calling y'all stupid. Y'all are very intelligent. Right. But you want to just keep it in the pocket. You can't go wrong with that. You rather be more on the conservative side rather than be too flamboyant and you going in there, folks looking like, what in the world do you have on?
We talked about this earlier too. Look at some of the award shows, and I'm not talking about in the urban sector, right? So I'm not talking about the hip hop or BET awards. I'm talking about, look at the Emmys, the Golden Globe. If you, I know magazines, most magazines are out of print, right? But whether it's, I remember years ago, I used to subscribe to Esquire and GQ magazine, right? You get to look, what are the trending suits, tuxedos, what are the looks now? But black tie for decades, it's always been a basic black,
right?
And a white shirt, and either now, again, we can get into preference whether it has to be a bow tie or it can be a necktie. But most of the time, traditionally, it is a bow tie. A bow tie that you have to tie.
Oh, let's talk about it. Come on to the classroom. Come on. I know that a lot of us grew up wearing the pre-tied, whether that's long tie or bow ties, but please, now that you know better, you got to do better. Get you a tie that you have to tie. Don't get a pre-made ones. I know they're nice, and I'm gonna lie, sometimes I cheat and still wear them, but that's between me and you.
Right.
But generally speaking, you want to wear a tie that you have to tie, and it's not that hard to learn. You can go on YouTube and find videos on how to learn how to tie a bow tie. It's not that hard. You can go. It's kind of like tying a shoe a little bit.
Sure.
And but yeah, you wanna get you a tie that's you have to tie.
Yeah. And one of the things that I don't wear them, I think I've only worn them probably once or twice in life. It's an ascot.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I mean, a nice ascot. Ascots are not, I think you can get away with an ascot at a formal event or after 5.
Sure.
I would stray away from the ascot at a black tie event. I would. I'm not saying that you can't, but I think because that's a little bit more relaxed look.
Right. Yeah. So we got your white tie, that's top of the line. You got your black tie, and then under that we have formal.
Formal, yes.
So let's talk about formal. Formal opens it up a little bit more.
Sure.
What are some things that we can do? Can we explore a little bit more with colors when it comes to formal, with different ties and tie patterns? What's some of the guidelines for a formal event?
Yeah, formal event it's formal, right? So a tuxedo is still proper. Right. A suit, whether it's again, the difference between a formal and black tie is black tie, the suit has to be black.
Right.
Formal, you can operate. One of my favorite suits I own, tuxedos, is a blue tuxedo, navy blue tuxedo with black trim, right?
Oh, yes.
But I've only been invited to black tie events lately, right? So you can do that. There are charcoal tuxedos. That's where you can get into the little bit exploring the more colors, right? Where you can do a little bit more. I still wouldn't go too crazy. I still would keep it white shirt. And at a formal event, really the necktie, bow tie kind of thing doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Let's talk about proms. There might be some younger people watching this going to proms and they're trying to figure out what they're gonna wear, whether they're going solo, tagged along, they're going with a date. What are some things? How can we coordinate with your dates? Should you wear, if they're wearing a gold dress, should you wear a gold jacket? If they're wearing an emerald green dress, should you wear a green tux? Or what are some, how do you think about if you were going to an event or a function with someone, how would you go about, what are your thought process?
So I would say, again, I'm going to age myself. At 40, prom looks way different now than when I went to prom. We went to the store.
You got to get some pictures of your prom.
Man, we went to the store and we literally rented a suit, right? These kids now, the parents are I've never, like, they do prom reveals and like they are studded out and diamond.
Prom send-off. Did y'all have send-offs?
No, we didn't have no prom send-off. You came to the house and picked up your date and you gave her the corsage and she put the boutonniere on you. That was it.
Like had the whole, it was at the house, but some people have them at these event venues now. But when we had it at our houses, we had all our family. There was a big thing. It was like a party, and then they sent us off to prom.
My first prom reveal was last year when I went to my daughter's.
No,
she went to she went to prom with her friend, and that was the first time I had ever been to one. Wow. Yeah, but in Houston they're huge, right?
Yeah.
I would say it is the male's responsibility to match or complement said date, right? Sure. Now, if you're going by yourself, you can kind of run it up, right? But if you're going with someone, so I wouldn't say you have to match the color, but let's say if you said an emerald, right? I would find another accent color where, let's say, emerald, if you wanted to do like a blue that had a hint of emerald. Sure. Or a gray with the emerald stripe, especially if you're going to talk about getting something custom made, right? But if that's not your lane, I would try to find a basic suit and then let the accent colors match your dates.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. My general rule of thumb, when I was going to prom or if I'm going to a formal event, I want my date to look better than me. You know, I don't want to outshine my date.
Well, that's a little hard for me, but no, I'm just no, yeah, I do. You want the hands down. It's hard for a brother to outdress a woman. It's nothing like when a sister puts on her clothes. They're made to exude excellence. We literally are compliment like you're gonna have to work hard. So I agree with you. You want your significant other, your plus one, to look better than you, and it takes nothing away from you.
I'm stirred up in my soul right now.
I got a picture in my head right now.
Yeah, so those are some of the things to look out for. Keep it simple. Keep it in a pocket. Like I say, keep the jewelry to a minimum. Your colors, whatever. Still be creative. Have fun with it. But at the end of the day, you just want to put your best foot forward. You want to look nice and have a good time. We didn't talk about shoes. What's the guidelines on shoe? Do we have to go laces? Can we do something with the latch?
So now with formal wear, there are laces is always again super formal, right? Yeah. But there are loafers. There's the brogue, the full cut shoe, just depends on what you want. Yeah. That's personal preference. Yeah. The thing about when you're wearing slip-ons or loafers, the mouth of the shoe tends to gape sometimes when you walk, so it doesn't give you that clean look as far as a tie-up shoe. Right. But again, that's personal preference. What you want to make sure though is that your shoes are shined. Yes. Now, there are tuxedo shoes. You want to wear a formal shoe if you're wearing a tux, right? You don't want to wear again, we live in an age where there are no rules. Yeah. So if you want to wear a patent leather shoe or suede shoe, again, it depends on the weather. Right. You don't want to wear a suede shoe in the summertime. Yeah. So those things matter, but a nice black shoe you can never go wrong with. Right. And then I think when you talk about accessories, I think even colognes and perfumes, like it's nothing smelling good. Like you want to make sure that your scents are not offensive. Yeah. There's certain perfumes that I believe in spraying. Spray it up.
Yes, sir.
But make sure that it's not a strong scent where you're choking people. You want, I like scents that when you walk past, like you don't punch people before you get there. It's more when you walk past, it still lingers.
Trail. Yeah. And then if you get a little bit closer, you hug somebody, they're like, "Oh, what you wearing?" Yeah,
pressure points, because again, when you're engaging people, if you put it on your wrist, because you're shaking hands, right? Your pressure points behind your ears, on your neck. Some men can get away with putting it a little bit in their beard. You want to be careful if you wear oils, which I love. There's nothing wrong with oils, but to make sure that they don't stain your clothes. Right. So you want to do it a little bit inside the shirt. It's really good to put it on your body or your undergarments, because the more you sweat or it's from your body heat, it exudes through. Yep. So yeah, just a little simple stuff. But man, I think it's nothing like taking time to get dressed and looking good and having a good time. When you dress up, we talked about this earlier, it disarms any kind of drama. Yes. It's very rare you're going to see people in tuxedos fighting. Yeah. It's the grown folk. Like you're going to be grown. Have a nice dinner, a nice, glass of wine or, whatever, and just enjoy whatever, whether it's from the NAACP function to the church gala. No wine at the church gala though. Right. Or to
even though now Jesus in John chapter 2.
Yeah, he did.
Turned the water.
Yes, but save that for afterwards.
All right.
But no, but it's nothing like, and I think, to own a tuxedo and to look nice, or ladies, even now, it's nothing like seeing black people dress.
Yeah. Black excellence at its finest.
At its finest.
Well, that's it. Anything else that we miss as it pertains to this black tie or versus formal?
No, I think we hit. Oh, we forgot semi-formal.
Okay.
Because semi-formal is where you can literally get away with the suit.
Right.
Semi-formal is what we normally see people in. It's just what they're really saying is that we don't want you coming in casual.
Right.
We want you in at least semi-formal. I think the easiest way to describe it, the baseline is at least the suit.
Sure.
That's really the baseline.
As we talked about in one of those other episodes, context matters.
It matters.
Just know your context, know where you're going, know what the attire is, and if all else fails, I would rather be dressed a step up than a step down. I'd rather be a little bit overdressed than underdressed. That's just me.
Yes.
I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's just me. So thank y'all for tuning in to this video. If there's anything that we missed or left out, if you got any questions or comments, please feel free to do such. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that stuff I'm supposed to tell you to do in the YouTube world. And we'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.